Oh, hey, how's it going? Happy Friday. Thanks for starting your weekend off right with Nerdy by Nature. While you're listening, feel free to crack open a craft beer. Sit back, relax, have some fun. Did you hear about our website? LetUsGetNerdy.com. There's show notes, fun facts, links, visuals, everything you need from today's show so you too can enjoy the episode. In case you missed anything, it's all there. All of your senses will be happy again. While you're there, feel free to subscribe via the web, Android, or iOS, whichever your heart desires. Feel free to continue the conversation on social media. After the show, beginning, whatever, hashtag, have some fun. Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Search us up. Let us get nerdy. It's that simple. All right, we stretched our thumbs, got our controllers and dice ready, got our beakers out. Let's get to it.
Yo, this is dirty.
In the days of my youth, I was told it was to be a man. Now I've reached the age, I've tried to do all the things the best I can. No matter how I try, I find my way to do the same old jam called Nerdy by Nature. Welcome. Hi, Nathan.
That was a pretty awesome intro. Where'd that come from?
Led Zeppelin.
Philosophical. Wow.
Good times,
And
bad times.
I like how you quoted it and didn't sing it so we don't get sued. That's I appreciate that as a producer / editor / whatever I decide to call myself in the morning.
Nathan will also say, you know, I had my share of Nerdy by Nature.
Oh, I thought, were you going to I break into I did it my way next or what?
I don't have that lyric up.
Okay, I thought that's where you were going because it was it sounded very much like the beginning. I don't know. Anyways.
The women left Nathan's home with a brown-eyed man, and I still didn't seem to care.
Yeah, I think you really struck hard, and you had a great strong open with the Zeppelin, and then it's just going downhill.
Yeah, that's the story of my life.
Pull the
every
ripcord.
episode.
Pull the
every
ripcord.
episode.
Parachute out.
This is a fun time. It's almost January. Snow's here, I think, and Santa's coming.
It's like the end of November, but okay. November 30th.
After the way the Halloween was, that was brutal. Super cold at 6:45 at night.
Fair
it was
enough.
awful.
Fair enough.
It's like the apocalypse of snow without the snow. Dramatic,
Fair
I
enough.
know.
Yeah.
So Chris, Nathan, myself, Elijah here. One of the original three minus Rob. He was the original for you hardcore Nerdy by Nature fans. And we're here to talk about us. Who knew? Imagine that.
We're super interesting.
That's right. So big news, good or bad. Hope you're sitting down with children, families, new corporate jobs, and potentially a quadtuplets on the way. We have to make a decision, a tough one, to perhaps take a break from Nerdy by Nature, and maybe not forever. Maybe it'll be a see you later.
We might be back,
but for now, it'll be probably 10 years of a hiatus. Going to put on hold and focus on family and personal life.
You ever had you ever broken up with someone before? Because I was going to say that's a really terrible non-committal kind of breakup. We're just maybe
it's not you, it's me.
The show's ending.
That's pretty much.
We're
That's
not
my
sure.
go-to.
It might be
I'm
in the future.
This is beautiful because it's over microphone. I don't have to be in person to break up, so it's good.
Well, I was going to say the only thing you forgot to mention is, for the love of God, Jamie, pull over and stop the car before you listen to this episode.
Yeah.
We don't want him recklessly driving to work.
He asked me. I said, "Well, tonight's going to be the night," and of course, Jamie, I'll shout your name in honor because he's one of the few fans that showed up on Twitter and every episode after to be part of the thing that he loves the most. One of the things
actually
the most.
showed up in person.
He did many times.
Right, yeah,
it's good, even for the DuckTales episode. And
the
killed
guest
it.
host with the most.
Right, and I was going to quote some Limp Bizkit, but I better not.
Oh, cut my life into
I was
pieces.
going to think did it all for the cookie,
Okay,
but that's
fair
okay.
enough.
Gotta keep PG. Yeah, Nookie can be the Nerdy by Nature if you haven't followed along. It's way back, taking us way back. It's good. There's many episodes that we love, beginning with the first one that was super weird. I don't even know if I have it on iTunes anymore. It's probably on the website.
You probably purged it because you're a perfectionist.
Well, I was trying to get into, I think, Spotify because silly me, I thought I had a chance at that podcasting Spotify stuff. So they said no copyrighted music. So it had copyrighted music. So I took the first 3 episodes out, hope for the best. But that had like an hour and 32 and a half minutes of just randomness.
It was some good randomness, though. Like,
you
honestly,
here for that? Did you make it for that?
Yeah,
one?
we had some good chats.
I will be quite sincere and say I think one of those episodes helped me view the world around me in a different way. Like, I now believe that if spirit, like any kind of supernatural type things, like ghost appearances or stuff, does occur, that it is most likely like the intersection of different dimensions or phases of matter, as opposed to, you know, it's the soul of a dear departed person. Like,
you could just call my wife's uncle. He'll tell you.
Yeah. But,
that dude's legit.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that kind of came out in those conversations about the intersection between kind of like science and, I don't know, paranormal, like, you know, spiritual type things.
So you're a believer?
No, I'm just saying that I think we have a scientifically plausible explanation if we do encounter or discover any what most people would call like paranormal phenomenon.
I have a perfect way to settle this.
Yeah?
Get out the Ouija board.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm not doing it.
You ever?
Stranger Things 2, Ouija board. It'd be perfect. We'll go with the Underdark, C11, and Will. It'll be fine.
No, because on the chances that we're wrong about this scientific thing, you could actually bring back something that you shouldn't.
Yeah, we don't really want to become the part of the plot of some kind of...
I don't want to take that chance.
Yeah. No, I'm not into that.
It's a lifelong curse. I'm watching Exorcist.
Yeah, see?
Of course
So,
you are.
like-
Of course you are.
Chris is trying to, you know, cross his crosses and dot his holy water and keep everything safe and in between the lanes.
I think we still had the 8-channel mixer. We had, I think Rob's, he had an extra couple, like this giant thing from the 1970s to add like 4 more mics. And then I don't know if you were there for that one?
No.
That's
I
right.
joined, I think, after that.
I was trying to mix that one, and it was a nightmare. We had 8 mics into one board.
That was crazy.
And
Like,
it was insanity.
I
We had
think
like
one
8
of the
people
first
show
things
up.
I was there for was like the history of computers or something like
yeah,
that.
that was more in the fall. Yeah, we started back in June, I think. And there was one guy that believed he almost wants to believe the world is flat just because it's interesting, and he likes Apple devices. And there's another guy who's
the Apple iPhone debate.
Right, that was
I
fun.
was editing that one too because you guys were ripping on me because I didn't have a microphone. I think, yeah,
I like to do that. Take advantage.
take
Like
shots
being a
of
bully.
people who can't defend themselves.
Right, he's smarter, and I need every chance I can get to have a one-up. And then there was our friend that used to own a board game shop. He didn't believe in any of this stuff, and he thought they were all crazy. And then there was Rob, who came in that's like some sort of human encyclopedia that remembers everything, and he never has to do show notes because he just shows up and poof, he knows everything.
Yeah.
Jealous. And then there was Chris and myself, and it was just, I just want to invite everybody for the first episode. I don't know what I'm doing. I want to do a podcast. Let's go. And we talked about like 12 different topics.
Yeah, it was all in one. I mean, Area 51 to aliens built the pyramids.
I had like 10 pages of notes, and I used 4 lines. It was great. And I think I did my intro about 12 times. It was good. Before it was recorded.
I remember that.
Man, go way back. 1.5 years ago. It was unpolished in last January 2017. We started to get our groove. It was good. Probably mostly because of Nathan, because he helped us produce
new
the
format.
producing.
Yeah.
And that helped, cohesiveness and just chemistry, getting used to things. Spouting off without sound like I'm totally awkward and Dustin from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
You have a favorite?
Favorite episode?
Yeah. Nerdy by Nature.
Yeah, no, I know.
okay.
I know you weren't talking about Stranger Things season 1 or 2.
Or
but,
3.
Yeah, we're not that far in the future yet. I don't know.
Are
man.
we?
Like, I mean, we've had some good ones over the years. I would almost, be a cop out and be like, the most popular one was my favorite one. But I don't know. I think, what was that? Like Human Evolution or whatever? I remember there was like some ending line about like what we'd want to be like with genetic, like, if we could gene splice ourselves.
Yeah, I remember
It was like something like
with
that.
a tail and glowing eyes.
I don't know.
That was really random and weird. And then that was the first episode that somebody shared on Stumble Upon, and then all of a sudden numbers started blowing up, and we thought we actually had something.
Okay, to be fair, for us, we're still in that small town level of growth. We never struck it big. So
we're above average, though, according to stats and podcasting.
okay, well, I like
Above
being
average
above
is good.
average.
Yes,
Like that's
yeah.
basically been my goal for life, is just be above average. Hey, baby, don't worry, I'm above average. But
You
it's
could settle for average.
It's
or
a
Well, it
lot
settle
sounds
by-
better.
it's better than below average. I
Yes.
will
Yeah.
take that. But yeah, I mean, you know, we get what,
The effort.
a couple thousand listens a month. You know, so it adds up over time. But still, it's not like we were blowing down the doors and. You know, Hollywood was approaching us to make a TV show or something.
Not
but-
at all. We had listeners in Japan, Canada, and
Konnichiwa.
U.S. of the top 3. I still don't know how or why or thank you, but I don't know how somebody in Japan would all of a sudden pick up Nerdy by Nature. Maybe because I tweet at random hours of the night and it's daytime for them. I don't know.
It's possible.
Or they're really smart
I'm
people,
surprised we
you know?
didn't lose all of the American listeners after all the Trump bashing and then the humble pie we had to eat after that, except for Chris, who called it
I did.
with his psychic powers of prediction. No, I would prefer to think Chris called it because he was on the pulse of the everyman and he kind of understood the things that the intellectual elites completely glossed over.
Like Nathan.
Yeah, like
And-
me.
And
Yeah.
I was in the middle somewhere. I was like, oh, Chris has a point, but this is reality, and there's no way that 300 million people would vote for the man with the toupee who, if you would have remembered history or saw anything of Trump, you would have remembered that he did this all along. He was just kind of a babbling idiot, for lack of a better expression, who says he's smart.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I do agree.
Well, he
I-
played America.
I'm pretty sure I said it in the
On his
episode,
own.
and I still kind of agree, and everyone else agrees that it's kind of like it was one of the worst elections in history, and basically you had the guy that the only person he could possibly beat was Hillary Clinton, and then you had Hillary Clinton with the only possible person she could beat was Donald Trump, and of that pairing of, I don't know, the lowest common denominator, surprise, surprise, Trump, the consummate brand man, won because
It was really a perfect storm.
he had a better brand.
And more money, because a small $1 million loan.
Small loan. Okay.
And then recently, Trump Jr. is talking about socialism on Twitter, which was amazing, and using his 3-year-old daughter, which nobody commented on, of course.
no,
Of course.
no.
Okay, but let's imagine if the running was Obama against Trump. What do you think would have happened?
I don't know. Like it's one of those things that like Obama. I think he still had a lot of people that were just kind of tired, and even people that were just not necessarily impressed because, you know, he wasn't like he was good, but he wasn't great.
He talked up a big story, and I'll call a spade, the elephant in the room. America's ready for an African-American man to run the country, but they're not ready for a woman to run the country.
Okay.
And that's why Hillary's not in place. Besides her being a female douchebag, you know.
Well,
that.
that and a crook.
Okay.
She's married to
Okay.
a guy. The guy got elected by playing jazz on saxophone.
All right.
You need to say nothing more.
I think
saying.
it's important to remember that Hillary isn't the one that has a federal prosecutor investigating, and so as much
Not
as
now, and
she's
he's
a
like,
criminal,
fine, lesser
she
evil.
hasn't really been.
She
you
did
know,
send a lot of
convicted
private
or something.
emails, but so did the Trump family, so whatever.
There's questionable
So did
practice.
Barbara Streisand. What are we going to do?
Yeah, well, I think that's the point, is that we need to just leave and quit the podcast, go to like Tibet and like form a monastery and just cut ourselves off from the outside world, because if we
What?
learned anything, is everybody's
What?
corrupt and crooks and
It is,
out
yeah.
for themselves and money gouging and
I have
Just varying degrees of corruptness.
So we're not allowed to have a Nerdy by Nature bank account in Panama?
no, we can't afford one in Panama. You know what depressed me is I
Bank
was
fees must be astronomical.
I was listening the other day, and I know this has got nothing to do with our show, but this is just the state of the world.
Meh.
The Federal
It's pent up
Reserve,
frustration.
basically the Fed bank in the States, right, runs the economy, big important people. Their governors are appointed for 14-year terms. They're having a problem keeping those people employed because they're all quitting to get higher paying jobs. Now, one of them actually said, I couldn't keep doing this job because my net worth was going down every year. Guess how much these guys make per year?
30,000 US.
$200,000. And they were quitting these jobs because they just weren't making enough money. They couldn't afford to stay with their $200,000 job because
Where?
they could be making private sector jobs 4 times that, 5
Yeah.
times
Where
that.
was that?
The Federal Reserve, like the Fed Bank.
That's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. So they cannot keep people in a $200,000 a year job because it's just not enough money. And
when you're at that level of prestige, you're above lawyers and doctors where you know, the world owes you something.
Yeah.
And you need to be in that 1% group. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
if you want a cushy job, you work at the
But what
bank
kind of work are you doing that's like so stressful that's it's $200K, right? Like,
well, it's not stress. It's just about the dollars. They just want a
no,
job
I
that
know.
pays more
But
money.
what is it that you're doing that you should get
when you
paid
hit that level at six figures, that's one thing. But when you double six figures, then you're a status symbol in your own mind. Nathan?
So, Chris, what was your favorite episode of
Welcome
Nerd
back.
by Nature?
Wow, that was a tangent.
Yeah, I know.
So maybe we should just get into political and economic endeavors, and then we'll just
I don't know.
piss a lot of people off like Howard Stern did.
Yeah,
You
maybe.
got a subwoofer? Anybody?
Favorite episode?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna say probably anything with like retro video games or
Yeah.
you know the Sierra
Your
episode.
Raspberry Pi too?
Raspberry Pi, that was an awesome episode.
Yeah. How is your Raspberry Pi coming along?
It's not.
Really?
Yeah, what he said, it's not.
No?
Busy.
Hopefully during the maybe month of December, I hope to have maybe it in a box
Oh, okay.
for the arcade.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Well, is it like coded and stuff or what?
Well, I have the buttons and everything, so I'm gonna have to hook that up. I have already RetroPie to go.
Okay.
It's like
I
the
just-
front end.
Yeah, the
Okay.
front end.
Video
I'm
game.
gonna customize it a little bit more,
Okay.
but basically, I want to build a cabinet.
Yeah, so it's mainly the cabinet you still got going.
Yeah, I got to make the
To
cabinet.
start.
That's not, well, I mean, you know, there's the back end programming and coding stuff, and then there's the, I guess you could say, the front end, the physical, you know, structure.
I'm a little sad and disheartened that Chris went for one player option on the cabinet.
Oh, really?
When usually arcade style is for playing with other people, but since he's kind of selfish, I get it. He's building his own.
Are you
That's
going to
fine.
even have like a port you could just plug in a second
Yeah,
joystick?
it's going to
or
have a
whatever?
joystick. Yeah, there is 2 joysticks.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure, depending on the size of the box.
BYOJ?
Uh,
Bring your own joystick,
Well, that's fine.
I should be able to wire the 2 of them in there.
or just
I'm just worried about how big of a size this is going to.
Yeah, like I was going to say,
some
like it's
portability. Some
Yeah,
it's kind of fun if you can only fit the one, but then you can just plug in the other one into the side or something like that.
yeah. Oh,
you know?
yeah. You can still do that. Yeah.
somebody can hold the joystick, or maybe have a little tray that comes in and out for your guest. A little coaster.
Oh, and for guest means Elijah, because clearly he's very invested in this and
I wanna see
really
it
has
through.
some feedback.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody has to do QA.
And just the other
Support.
week, I was trying to put the wood together. Like I've got some scrap wood downstairs, and
Sure.
you know,
Test
just
it out.
trying to figure things out, measuring.
I have some old Offspring stickers if you want some decorations. Just saying. Those are great stickers.
Yeah, I
Back
mean,
in my heyday. You know?
I was going to say, did you hang on to them because you're like, I'm never going to let this part of my life go? Like, this is my youth
They're still
embodied in stickers.
they're still in one of the shelves in my mom's house somewhere, slapped on the side. It's like she didn't want to get rid of it.
I like the one with the giant roach and the guy petting it.
Yeah,
I had the one that was the skull. I forget what that
Yeah.
album was.
I like the skull.
Probably one of the first ones.
Yeah. How about you, Elijah?
Pretty fly for a white guy.
You are pretty fly
Indeed.
for a white guy. So, what's your favorite
Okay.
episode?
Wow. The Olympics one, that was fun.
Yeah.
I like to get interest. The
Surely one of your interviews or something, because you've
That was
interviewed
cool.
some really interesting people.
Sure. Trapdoor recently was pretty cool. That
Yeah,
was like
I-
the
I
epitome.
Definitely liked picking the brain of
Oh,
those
yeah.
guys.
The escape room was cool. I guess most proud moment locally would be to get Sifton on board for an interview and
So that was pretty cool.
and kind of being able to reach out to people that are heads of companies, such as Richard of Sifton. Just how down to earth he is and approachable, and we're nobodies compared to him, right? He's
Yeah.
willing to talk and spend an hour and have a nice time. We come by and visit. You know, it's all handshakes and how are you and sort of thing. Like we know each other forever. And then there was the Big Blue Bubble folks. We got
Yeah.
Mark
Yeah, that was
he
good.
had a super radio voice, which I was kind of thrown back for.
Were you a little threatened?
Yeah, he was louder than I was, and he was shorter, so that was kind of a weird mix, but I accepted it. But the culture there and the little video game places almost made me want to quit my job, almost, and go work in a small studio because of the culture and just the environment. But
Yeah, for sure.
learned the hard way or easy way that there's a lot of this going on in London and in our little small town between Toronto and Detroit, and we're kind of a tech hub now. Starting
Yeah,
to be.
baby tech hubs. For
So
sure.
those were two cool ones, and then I had some podcasters and some ladies. One lady was from Shanghai that she's communication director for Podbean, so that was cool to podcast and talk to them. One guy I met through UK. He does cycling and board games. Unfortunately, because I was attempting to be Nathan, the quality didn't quite pan off, and we just never got around to time differences trying to do it again. That was a cool chat,
it's
though.
really tough getting those interviews, in different time zones for sure.
And Uber cool too. That was a good relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Always there, and the Forest City Comic Con, the Beer Fest. Just
Yeah.
it's cool how people are just so willing to support what we're doing, if especially if we're willing to do their thing live, and probably for $0 helps. But if you do a good job, you go back, and all the breweries that we met, and I could go on and on. But
Yeah, like Forest City Comic Con. That was the first Comic Con I've ever been to my entire life. Like, I've been one of those guys. I've even had BlizzCon tickets before and basically couldn't go. And I mean, depending on if like BlizzCon tickets are like worth their weight in gold at one point.
right,
Penny Arcade Expo, you make plans and then you're like, oh, I can't do it. And,
well, why didn't you give the tickets to
Yeah.
Chris and I? We would
well,
have.
didn't know you back then. So there
How
you go.
convenient. Well,
I guess I've always known you,
We
but
were on
I
Friends
wasn't
on-
in speaking terms
we
with
were
you.
we were friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
And he divorced me in high school or something.
Yeah, well, like most friends on Facebook,
Fake
we never
friends.
talked. Yeah,
Yeah.
never talked. It
So
was-
this Comic Con,
300 and 400 friends.
it's whatever, 1%
Yeah.
is Nathan. That's fine. The Comic Con was more of an experience. So you go around and talk to people and have more of that experience instead of traditional, just William Shatner and sign autographs for $100 a pop, or McFoley, whatever. So that was fun. And to be able to talk to different people. Then you meet different people through that. And there's other folks there that played video games and had a good time. That was good.
that company that does the video game parties.
There's Project Play.
Yeah,
Well, I almost forgot their name. And there's Goes, and there's other ones that do the parties.
Yeah.
Those were cool.
yeah.
Like, come on over for a party and play VR. Except
Oh,
that
yeah.
Chris didn't really get it, but it
Not
was
a fan
good.
of VR. No, Chris was
Not a fan.
He's new to it, and that's okay
yeah,
too.
I knew, yeah.
Yeah, you got to learn. He got himself into it. Battlestar Galactica, not so much for him on VR, but
I
that's
need
okay.
to get laser eye surgery or contacts if VR is becoming more popular, because
Mm.
that's the only time I've really hated glasses is trying to put a VR set over top. That's annoying.
My colleagues pressured me into being Batman for Halloween at work, and I couldn't wear the glasses. I needed contacts because otherwise the Batman mask didn't fit.
Are there pictures of this Elijah as Batman?
Yes, there is.
Oh, have you seen these pictures, Chris?
I saw the one.
My cape's too short, so it makes it even
Well,
better.
I didn't see the cape,
Only because
though.
you're like 7 foot tall, Batman.
They're
So
like,
of course
your
your
cape's
cape's
short.
too
I said
short.
everything's short on me. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Where have you been?
You need to get your suits custom made, which is why you'd probably be like the world's worst superhero, because they'd just be like, let's try and find the guy getting custom suits made for being 7 foot tall, and then be like, oh, must be this guy Elijah over here.
What a good friend to say you'd be the world's worst superhero.
Just because you'd be easily identifiable, you and your alter ego.
Fed you my son's cake
They'd
for
be
his
like,
birthday, and you
"Mis-
call me the worst
Mr.
superhero ever.
Mr.
Whatever.
Super Tall. Who is that mystery superhero? I don't know. Is it that really super tall guy at work? Maybe it is.
Can I play devil's advocate and ask you if there's any episode that you kind of hated, couldn't stand, wish we never did? It's got to be two sides to every story.
Hated.
Gosh, yeah.
No, I just regret the
Hated.
Trump thing, just getting that so wrong, and now that's like on record forever. But hated.
Can't be perfect.
No.
I don't know. I
Like
think
me.
some episodes are just a little bit clunkier. They don't flow as smooth, or we screw up some facts or something like that.
But
But
generally, 9 out of 10 episodes, we screwed up 1 or 2 facts.
sure.
And
But I
people
mean,
called us out on it.
Yeah.
And that's part of the gem.
it's a test, and congratulations, you passed. If you noticed something and messaged us on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or the blog or whatever.
Podbean app. We got
Podbean
ridiculed
app,
on
yeah.
there. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was cool though. They got a banner up for independence and we were one of them, and then we just got annihilated with comments. And
Well, hey, I appreciate the feedback, even though it made me cry a little bit inside, and I was just told Elijah, no, I can't take anymore. But other than that,
I think I like the historical stuff, like
good.
raising Chicago. That was really cool.
okay. But
Yeah.
you were asking about what you hated.
I
Chris.
can't think of anything.
Hated. Okay, how about one episode if you could press the delete button and erase it from history?
Online dating.
No, that one was okay.
Bill Nye Saves the World.
That
No,
was
you just
okay.
want to delete the show from existence. You don't want to delete our episode on Bill Nye from existence. You just want to delete Bill Nye's show.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'll
that's what I'm
accept that.
saying.
Yeah, I can't think of.
You got a real
Bermuda
axe to
Triangle.
grind.
Time crystals. That might have been a bad idea. We were way
Yeah,
over our head.
that one,
Way
yeah.
over. We tried.
I don't know.
It made me laugh. I was watching Star Trek Discovery, and they had time crystals in their latest episode. That made me.
You love the
laugh.
tomb. That was good.
The tomb one was good. Yes. Yeah.
Laser tag. It was okay.
Yeah, that was okay.
The 5-minute dungeon. That was awesome. Play that.
Yeah.
But
That was fun.
I didn't hate
it. It was
that at
really
all.
cool doing that with the designer. Neat guy.
It
Another
was
local
depressing
guy.
that we lost both times.
I
Yeah.
blame
There.
you, Elijah, because you were just throwing your cards around like they were money.
It's like I panicked.
Yeah.
I had 5 minutes in front of the creator. You don't want to let him down, and then you put too much pressure on yourself,
Yeah.
and then you lose.
did. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
To the baby with the knife
Yeah.
full of blood.
Yeah.
Baby barbarian.
Friends bought that. And
That
they
was
didn't
a
get
fun
that.
game.
It is. It's still fun. I have it.
Yeah.
It's like it died, but it didn't. It was rebirthed into retail now, and it's on Amazon, I think, and through Wiggles website. Friends got it. They didn't get the baby because that was Kickstarter.
Kickstarter,
Oh, yeah.
Kickstarter
Yeah.
exclusive.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Actually, I like the unboxing that Nathan did with Santorini.
Oh my gosh!
She's like,
My-
so we're
my,
gonna
my short video career. Yeah,
super awkward, but super delicious at the same time. I guess the D&D one for Santa, I really liked the concept. The story was awesome, and then we crapped out on the quality.
Oh yeah,
and
that
that's
was
the only
terrible.
thing. If we would have had good quality, it would have been perfect because it was like there in the States, we're in Canada, we're doing this all together. It was a little tough to get going, but you know, it was really fun to get. I think it was Krampus or something
yeah.
taking out evil Santa.
yeah.
That was cool. Chris's first time playing D&D. It's good.
Nothing like doing your first time live on the air.
I know. I was lost. I mean, I think I'd probably wanted to be coached before we played. I mean, I had a general idea going into it. We did the character creation like weeks before. But I mean,
That would have helped.
Yeah.
Went to the PC museum nearby, up to 401.
Yeah.
The guy was like on his deathbed, and he came to talk to us because he made a promise.
He
That
wasn't
was
actually
great,
dying.
yeah.
He was just very sick.
Well, but you know, exaggerating. But yeah, he wasn't feeling well. He barely make it upstairs.
I was going to say I was about to feel really bad if Elijah was going to tell me no, he actually has died. I'd be like, "Eee."
That would be awkward.
Yeah.
But he's Sid still alive and well, and running the PC museum
Very
/
cool.
his garage.
Sad I missed that one for sure.
Yeah.
It's
that
a
was
lot of
pretty
relics in there.
I think that's like for me the
Relics.
number one thing like that's been fun doing the show is just meeting all these people and doing these things that I wouldn't have otherwise done, but that like have been a lot of fun, you know,
Like Black Mirror.
yeah.
Well, I had my friend from work, and I didn't know that he had so much energy.
oh yeah.
But he was like my 12-year-old cousin who just wanted to show up and be part of the guys. Like, guys, I want a podcast like Joe
Yeah.
Rogan.
Yeah.
Just shut up for 2 seconds so I can get my stuff in, and then you go back talking. And
Yeah.
3 years later, we're still going on about Black Mirror. It was a good time, though.
Yeah.
Had some beer, and he had trouble sitting still, but it's the thought that counts. Like your 12-year-old cousin who's high on candy. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean it's also been good like all the people
Or cake.
we've had around the table, whether it was like, you know, Rob initially doing it, or Harv stepping in, or Jamie, you know, and all the interviews. I mean, you're
Chris-
interview master.
Chris came out. It got better as it went along.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
That helped a lot. There was some that were a little awkward. Some you could tell I was a little nervous. Sometimes it was just a clean and easy chit chat. and it just kind of went off well. Or we started getting the videos and doing live stuff, or just event coverage and just going and having fun. It's a good time. Chris loved the beer stuff, though. We got into that, and beers and bands, and bands-ish, But the beer events we went to, it's like, I tried that one. Ooh, I haven't tried that one. And it was it's Christmas for Chris all over again.
Yeah, generally we just don't turn the mic on and start talking. There's a lot of prep time and a lot of research that goes in behind some of these episodes.
And you're right. And then
as much as the people on Podbean don't believe we do any research, we do. We try. We swear.
We do, yeah. But
We're
when it
just
comes
not-
down to it, sometimes there's facts that are lost along the way, or what we intended the research topic to be, it sort of
drifts.
derailed.
Yeah, that's not a
You know,
better
and,
word.
and,
Unfocused,
and it goes off
passionate.
of to something that we didn't even look into.
Right,
You know?
and we're just kind of speculating and just having a conversation. When people listen to a conversation, they automatically think Nerdy by Nature experts. We came up with a name because we are nerdy and we like to learn things and discover stuff around us and just take in the world, you know? We're here for a short time and we want to take it all in, but we're not perfect. I never said we were. And judging by our bathroom humor from time to time, you should know better. But, you know, take a grain of salt.
Any final thoughts, guys?
These are the days of
Never
your life.
stop learning.
Okay. Any final thoughts, Chris, Elijah, Zip It?
Never stop learning.
Well, there you go. That's pretty deep.
How about do what makes you happy, despite what Nathan thinks?
That's good. Yeah, I just thought you were going to start quoting some more lyrics again, like Led Zeppelin or.
No, I only had the one up.
Okay. Okay.
My phone can't multitask.
One song at a time. That's
Yeah.
good. Maybe Sweet Child of Mine. I don't know. I was listening to that on the radio on the drive home from work.
Closing time?
Yeah, closing time. Yeah,
Closing
sure.
time, yeah.
All the things that could get us sued and definitely banned from Spotify. No, I just want to thank everybody who listened, who tuned in and like put us on, because I mean, there's so many podcasts out there these days. Like the choices are pretty much endless. Yeah, and so for you guys to take some time out of your day or your drive to work, or maybe you're in the gym, whatever. I really appreciate it and joining us on this journey, and it's been a fun ride.
I mean, what is it? Something like 25,000 downloads or something, in not even quite a couple of years. Just for
my mom didn't do all those downloads.
No. So that was somebody listened. A couple thousand a month, like you
all
said.
of our moms combined couldn't do all those downloads. No.
How many episodes?
Hold on. By the time we're done today, during the recording phase, 96 episodes. So we're going to be, I'm going to say, without doing the math, 100 episodes.
Elijah's going to make it happen, even if he's just uploading things full of like fart jokes
Yeah, I
or
mean,
something like that.
that's awesome.
Or
He'll get
the
us to
blooper
100.
stuff, the all this political stuff that Chris and I started yapping about before the episode starts, or whatever it may be, or Nathan just kind of making armpit jokes.
Oh, there's so much on the cutting room floor, but I don't save any of it, so we couldn't just bundle that
It's
together.
like skate or die.
Yeah.
You either skate or you're on the floor. For Nathan, it's keep or cut, done.
Yeah, those were the words
Like
Elijah
false
lived
hope.
by: skate or die.
It's a beautiful game.
I was going to say, awesome game.
So more LAN parties, guys. Gloomhaven, Paranoia. We're going to try that on. I am anyway. Like Pathfinder kind of thing, but mysterious. And then, of course, Pandemic Legacy 2.
Yes.
Those are things we're going to look out for. We'll see you soon. Someday. Seriously, though, hello at letusgetnerdy.com. That's going to stay open for about a year and a half. Just kind of keep things
We
going.
prepaid the bills.
Yep, pretty much. So might as well use it. If you still want to tweet at us or see what's going on, if podcast or want to hang out and chat about anything nerdy, we're up for it as always, or whatever. Just that this won't be the focus for some time.
So we're not saying goodbye. We'll see you around.
Right? It's like
See you later.
It's like that awkward breakup, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't really know if we're breaking up or not. What is this? I can't define it. But your heart's in the right place. That's all I know. It's not you, it's me. This is Nathan. He's empty inside, but we'll get through it together.
Counseling.
I was going to say it wouldn't be an episode of Nerdy by Nature without Elijah taking shots. Thanks. Thanks, buddy.
Or the awkwardly
Thanks,
long endings.
friend.
Say goodbye. We'll see you
Sure enough.
soon. Well, like all good things, they must come to an end, my friends. Another show is in the books, and we had so much fun starting the weekend off right, just with you. Nerdy by Nature here with you, discovering the world around us, learning new things, and having a great conversation. Couldn't get to everything, though, in this episode, so please head over to letusgetnerdy.com, check out the show notes, the research, and all the extras. Just couldn't fit in today. While you're there, feel free to subscribe, Android or iOS. It's all good. If you want to say hi, leave a comment below the notes or click on Contact Us, whichever your heart desires. If you want to get crazy and social and right into it with us, please do. Head over to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, search up Let Us Get Nerdy, won't you? Hashtag, @mention us, say some cool stuff, or call us out. For Nerdy by Nature, thank you so much for listening. Take care.
Yo, this is dirty.